Hello guys, we are back with the part 2 of Demon Slayer recap. Tanjiro is shocked seeing Jinya's evil appearance and realizes execution won't slaughter the signs. He goes to Nezuko to free her from under the rumble and embraces her. When all of a sudden, we see Tanjiro detecting the presence of a fifth hidden demon on the battlefield and alerts Jinya, who is initially suspicious of him, but later acknowledges the threat. The siblings fight of the archdemon Hantengu, while Jinya struggles with his traumatic past and fights for survival against overwhelming odds. He recalls the traumatic night when a demon attacked his family, resulting in the death of his siblings and his mother's transformation. He is overwhelmed by this memory as he grapples with guilt for accusing his brother, Sanemi, of their mother's death and feels inadequate for not mastering breathing techniques necessary to become a Hashira. However, Tanjiro's encouragement revitalizes Jinya's resolve as they confront the demons together, with Jinya determined to protect his family's memory and fulfill his aspirations despite his doubts and injuries. As Tanjiro is fighting with Hantengu in a clearing, he ignites his exploding blood sword and attempts to strike the demon's neck. However, a new presence startles him, and he realizes a sixth demon has emerged, now revealed as Sohokuden, Hantengu's hatred, after absorbing the other manifestations. Jinyi and Nezuko join the battle as Tanjiro grapples with the challenge of facing this powerful new foe, determined to overcome the threat despite the odds. Sohokuden traps Hantengu and confronts Tanjiro, scaring him with his intimidating aura. Tanjiro challenges Sohokuden's vowing to defeat him and putting an end to the chaos that they created. Meanwhile, Tokito struggles against Gyoko's water prison, but finds unexpected encouragement from Tanjiro as he recalls what Tanjiro had said to him before. While Gyoko confronts Kozo and realizes Tanjiro's presence in the shed, we also see Hagen Nezuko working on Tanjiro's blade in the hut. Despite troubles caused by Gyoko, Hagen Nezuko-san remains focused on his blade, showcasing remarkable determination and craftsmanship. As Gyoko becomes increasingly frustrated by Hagen Nezuko's resilience, Tokito faces his mortality and begins to lose hope but receives encouragement from Tanjiro, who emphasizes the importance of relying on others during times of struggle. Tokito reflects on his perceived strength as a Hashira and the need to accept assistance from others, ultimately finding solace in Tanjiro's words as they seem to pick him up. Kiketsu tries to save Tokito by hitting in the water prison, but is told by Tokito to stop and save himself and other, but despite Tokito's efforts to dissuade him, Kotetsu's determination saves Tokito by allowing him to breathe. Finally, in his senses, we see Tanjiro's encouragement resonate with Tokito, who unleashes a powerful attack with newfound determination, realizing a connection between Tanjiro's resolve and his own. As Tokito is overwhelmed by the poison from the needles, struggles to remove them after getting free from the bubble, he finds himself surrounded by demons, including a bladed fish demon about to attack the unconscious Kotetsu. As he faces unconsciousness and near death, he thinks about his childhood. We see his childhood struggles after losing his parents and his difficult relationship with his twin brother, Yuichiro. Despite the odd circumstances, Tokito finds solace in memories of his encounters with Amenu Buyashiki, offering glimpses of hope in the middle of his turmoil. In the past, she tells him Tokito and Yuichiro in the mountains are descendants of the first breathing-style swordsman. While Tokito expresses excitement at the prospect of becoming swordsman to combat demons and help others, Yuichiro vehemently rejects the idea, bitterly resenting their family's tragic history and dismissing Tokito's hope for this woman as weakness and stupidity. They both end up having a big fight in which Yuichiro blames their parents' tragic fates on their inherent worthlessness and condemns Tokito's hope as delusional. Despite Tokito's tearful response, their relationship deteriorates further, marked by unspoken tension and Yuichiro's bad attitude towards Tokito. They fight even during the stifling heat of a sweltering summer night, where both twins find themselves restless and unable to sleep. In a sudden attack, a demon invades the twins' home, cutting off Yuichiro's arm before mocking their worthlessness. Now extremely angry, Tokito unleashes a violent attack, brutally defeating the demon with gardening tools. As sunlight finally kills the demon, Tokito collapses, determined to reach his brother's side. Yuichiro, recognizing his own faults, prays for his brother's recovery, leading Tokito to embrace his role in their shared destiny. Marked by determination, in present, Tokito rises with newfound power, swiftly killing the remaining demons to protect his loved ones. Meanwhile, Gyoko's frustration escalates as he targets Hagen Nezuko and Kozo to provoke a reaction from the stoic swordsmith. Tokito avoids Gyoko's attacks and slashes him on the shoulder. Gyoko tries to capture Tokito with his tentacles, but Tokito's blade breaks free. Remembering his swordsmith's concerns, Tokito prepares to face Gyoko's next move with determination. As he fights with Gyoko, he remembers his brother's last words to him that give him further determination to finally end this. This angers Gyoko, who is attacking Tokito with his entire power. As the battle between the two continues, Hagen Nezuko continues polishing the ancient blade nearby. Gyoko, the demon, moves up a tree, warning Tokito not to underestimate him. Confident, Tokito declares his intent to behead Gyoko, who mocks his youth and roasts him. Gyoko shifts position and appears behind Tokito, belittling him, but Tokito remains composed. They exchange insults, with Tokito criticizing Gyoko's appearance, nearly calling him pathetic. This angers Gyoko even more. Tokito faces off against Gyoko, who unleashes a swarm of ravenous fish using his blood demon art. Tokito swiftly cuts through them with his mist-breathing techniques, impressing Gyoko with his speed. However, Gyoko's paralytic poison remains ineffective against Tokito. Gyoko reveals his true form as a humanoid, serpent-like merman with diamond-hard scales. Despite Gyoko's transformation, Tokito comically remains unimpressed, prompting the frustrated demon to attack him. As Gyoko pinches Tokito, his uniform and the impact points transform into fish. Tokito taunts Gyoko, who boasts of his new powers. Despite Gyoko's threats, Tokito remains composed and mocks the demon's attacks. Remembering his painful past and his training at the Hashira main house, Tokito fights with determination. He outmaneuvers Gyoko and swiftly beheads him, leaving him shocked. After defeating Gyoko, Tokito remembers Kagaya's advice about finding his true self to become stronger. As Gyoko fades to ash, Tokito realizes the truth in Kagaya's words. Meanwhile, Kozo and Katetsu attend to Tokito's health after his collapse, realizing he survived due to a heroic reason. Tokito remembers his family's encouragement, bringing him to tears. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tanjiro faces the wooden dragons summoned by Sohakuden and struggles against their attacks, while Jinya fights back against the dragons, attacking him with his shotgun and bare hands. After a horrible sound attack, struggling with ruptured eardrums and a crushed foot, Tanjiro attempts to evade the attacks but is ultimately swallowed by one of the dragons. Meanwhile, Nezuko and Jinya are also in dire situations, trapped and unable to assist Tanjiro. However, Mitsuri intervenes just in time. She swiftly slices through the dragon's neck, rescuing Tanjiro and preparing to confront Sohakuden herself. Despite being injured, Mitsuri remains determined to save her comrades and faces off against a formidable demon. Mitsuri engages in battle, swiftly slicing apart a dragon to rescue Tanjiro, and later moves to save Nezuko and Jinya. Confronting Sohakuden, she demands the release of the captives, but he insults her, calling her bad names, and launches a powerful attack combining lightning and sound. Mitsuri counters with her visually beautiful technique, displaying her willpower to fight. Despite Sohakuden's attempts to crush her with wind and summon more dragons, Mitsuri skillfully evades and blocks each attack. She eventually unleashes a powerful flurry of slashes, aiming to behead the demon of hatred, unaware of his potential for regeneration. Tanjiro warns her of the danger as Sohakuden prepares a deadly counterattack. Mitsuri is hit by Sohakuden's powerful sonic attack, rendering her unconscious. Meanwhile, Tanjiro tries to reach her while Nezuko and Jinya struggle to free themselves. Sohakuden plans to devour Mitsuri due to her great powers, but is interrupted by Mitsuri's memories of her past. Mitsuri recalls incidents from her childhood where she shows extraordinary strength and appetite, leading to cancelled engagement and personal conflicts. As she awakens, Tanjiro and others shield her from Sohakuden's attacks, recognizing her as their best hope against the demon. Mitsuri, after waking up and apologizing for her mistake, passionately declares her commitment to protecting the Demon Slayer Corps and vows never to lose to evil. Reflecting on a meeting with Kagaya Ubuyashiki, she recalls his encouragement to take pride in her strength, which moves her to tears. Mitsuri also thinks back about the acceptance she found within the Corps and the gratitude she received from those she saved. During her battle against Sohakuden, Mitsuri demonstrates her incredible speed and strength in a cool scene, slicing through his dragons and protecting her comrades as they search for Hantengu. Meanwhile, Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Jinya confront Hantengu's burrow, with Jinya taking drastic actions by biting into the wood to gain temporary demonic strength. Nezuko's exploding blood sets the burrow ablaze, empowering Tanjiro's blade for the battle ahead. Tanjiro, aided by Jinya and Nezuko, confronts Hantengu, who tries to flee after Tanjiro slices open the burrow where he was present. Enraged by Hantengu's attempts to escape responsibility, Tanjiro demands he face the consequences of his actions. Hantengu, recalling past accusations of deceit, insists he is a virtuous weakling who has never lied. Despite Tanjiro's pursuit and Jinya's enraged attack with the tree, Hantengu manages to evade them. Seeing this, Nezuko seizes the opportunity to leap and stands in Hantengu's way in midair. During this, we see Tanjiro push himself despite his injured leg. Remembering Zenitsu's advice about muscle awareness, Tanjiro focuses on his leg muscles, propelling himself forward with a thunderous step. Catching up to Hantengu, Tanjiro slashes him deeply, but Hantengu transforms into a giant clone and grabs Tanjiro and Jinya. Nezuko tries to stop him as she sets Hantengu on fire. Despite being weakened, Hantengu attempts to flee but spots 3 swordsmiths nearby. Tanjiro, unable to pursue, is encouraged by Tokito's blade and resolves to fight. Tokito, weakened by poison, passes out, leaving Tanjiro determined to use the blade to defeat the demon before dawn. He uses Hinokami Kagura with thunder breathing, catches up to the distant demon in a fast strike, decapitating him instantly. However, he fails to notice the true demon's essence, marked by resentment and not fear. As Tanjiro returns to Nezuko, they witness the sun rise, causing Nezuko severe burns. In shock, Tanjiro is torn between chasing the demon and protecting Nezuko. Nezuko sacrifices herself by exposing herself to the sun to signal Tanjiro to pursue the demon. Tanjiro resolves to finish the demon and saves the swordsmiths, eventually locating the true demon, Hantengu. Tanjiro beheads him, ending the demon. As Tanjiro mourns Nezuko's apparent death, she miraculously survives the sunlight, bringing relief and tears of joy to everyone. Meanwhile, Mitsuri continues her relentless battle against Ohakuten's dragons until Tanjiro and the others defeat Hantengu, saving her. Next up, we see Muzan scaring some poor women. Excitedly tells his breakthrough in creating a demon immune to sunlight. Muzan recalls his transformation 1,000 years ago, driven by a desire to destroy life due to his illness. Despite becoming powerful, sunlight became his weakness. His quest for the blue spider lily, a plant granting immunity, drove his transformation of countless humans into demons. On the other hand, we see Tanjiro reunite with allies after a battle. Haganazuka-san confronts him over an unfinished sword, but a tense moment ends with him offering to craft a new blade. The villagers show gratitude to Tanjiro, leading to an emotional farewell filled with appreciation and confetti. Tanjiro, deeply moved, departs with newfound determination to fight. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video and continue to support me in future.